Hey, my loves, it's me, Keisha, and I am here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Basketball Wives Season 10, Episode 3 review. Okay, you guys, so you know I missed the first two episodes because I was on vacation, but I'm busy like crack. And let's get into tonight's episode. So we started off with Angel Brinks at her boutique, and she's talking to a client. Jackie comes by so they can chit chat, and we learn that Angel has just inked a deal with the NBA to help basically like rejuvenate the fashions when it comes to the NBA. And I'm like, y'all chose Angel Brinks of all people. I need more info. I need more context because this just ain't making sense to me. Out of all the people in the world, Angel Brinks, y'all didn't go to, say for instance, a Telfar, Brandon Blackwood, Versace, Dolce and Gabbana, Balenciaga, Angel Brinks, tacky ass. But okay, you like it, I love it. So she and Jackie sit down to talk, and Rockstar's name comes up, of course, and I just cannot believe that she dated this nigga. But then again, this is Angel. Angel looked like she got like Tweety Birds and Mickey Mouse floating around in her brain. She says that they argue a lot, and she's just really getting tired of the back and forth between them. But mind you, she's pregnant with his child, and her mother is really not excited about this because I think Angel already got like 2 kids, if I'm not mistaken, and she having a baby by Rockstar of all people. Rockstar, I guess. So as they're talking about him, Rockstar pops up with flowers for her, and he meets Jackie for the first time, and you could tell he was on guard while speaking with Jackie, and he was trying to make the best impression. And as they're speaking, Angel says that, he's her soulmate. But I'm like, he your soulmate, but you act like you can't stand him. Like he get on your nerves, make it make sense, girl. Like, what is going on here? I'm not understanding none of this. I'm not understanding her fashions. I'm not understanding this pregnancy. I'm not understanding this relationship. I don't understand nothing. So then we switch to British. She's at her little pack and stay wherever they got her staying while she's filming in LA, and she's cooking ground turkey. Now I know ground turkey because that's all I eat is ground turkey. So that was some Jenny O ground turkey, but she put that ground turkey, child, in that skillet with no seasoning. Now I know she was making tacos, so I guess she gonna use some taco seasoning later, but you at least need to put a little seasoning salt on that motherfucker, like something, girl, really. So the doorbell rings, and it's her mom with her daughter Dash. Her mother has been the one that's been taking her daughter Dash back and forth between LA and St. Louis, where I live, because her baby daddy Lorenzo is in St. Louis. And they're no longer together. British broke up with him because she got tired of the cheating, the back and forth, the arguing, all of that good shit. So she says at this point she's ready to date again, but Lorenzo basically be on that bullshit. Now, if you don't know anything about British, she was on Basketball Wives years ago, her and Lorenzo. Like I said, she's from St. Louis. What I know about her is that she has been accused, I don't know how many times, of scamming, of, selling clothes and not sending people they stuff. I know at one point she had a little boutique in our St. Louis Galleria Mall, and literally, y'all, when I walked past that store, she had 2 racks, 2 racks of clothes. That was it. Trust, it was only open literally for 5 seconds and then it was gone. But she has been accused on so many occasions of scamming people out of their money, and that conversation is going to come up later on this season where it catches up to her scamming ass. So allegedly, I'm just going to put that allegedly in there, you know what I'm saying? So then we see Duffey meet up with the girls, and she says that she's going to plan a meat market for all the single ladies to hook them up with some ping. As they're talking, Jackie says that she thinks that British and Lorenzo belong together because she has known them for years, and she just sees the love in their eyes. And once again, Jackie will be the last person that I take relationship advice from because Jackie is fucking batshit crazy, and she would know real love if you look in the fucking eye. So then Malaysia brings her kids to LA with her because her ex-husband is coaching basketball, and she says that he hasn't really been paying child support, and she just missed her kids a lot, and she'd rather just have them with her instead of being so far away in Atlanta. So her sister comes by, she's talking to her sister, and she's just talking about how stressed out she is, and she got so much going on. She keeps on stressing how she got these kids to take care of, and she trying to get this money and this, that, and the third. And she's just under so much stress, and the stuff with her and Brandi is not adding to and it's not making the situation any better. And now I don't know if she just stressing this for the show, but she acting like she is on her last leg, like the money is not coming in. And I'm just like, what is going on? I mean, if you keep on stressing about money like this, and your baby daddy got a job, like, I would be going to the courts to find out what is the Gigiana, what's going on with my coin, because she got them kids down there with her in LA, and they're staying in a 2-bedroom little apartment. Now, she says she's gonna get them out of that as soon as possible, because back in Atlanta, she got a little mansiones. So British talks to Lorenzo because he's in town. He's come to LA to see his daughter Dash. I love that name, by the way. And they're talking about, dating boundaries. British brings it up because she was like, the last dude she was talking to, he was hating this, that, and the third. And, she brings up that, he talks to other women, she talks to other men, but the difference is she's only had one man around their daughter, whereas he's had several women around their daughter. He was like, I needed a babysitter. Child, I would have kicked Lorenzo in his big ass chin, old square peg head ass nigga. What? Excuse you? You just what, bitch? Now I don't know if he was playing, joking, but a nigga like him, if he from St. Louis, and he is, that nigga was not joking, because St. Louis niggas, whoo, Lord Jesus, they'll run your blood pressure up. So she says that, when she get to dating and stuff, and he get to calling her, talking about she a hoe for the stuff that she be wearing. And they have had many of arguments on social media where they go back and forth cussing each other out and stuff. And he says that, you'll be back eventually. And she was like, no, that's what you want me to be. You want me to come back, and your ass is not fucking playing, because he tried to play it off like it was a joke. But that nigga was not fucking joking. He feels some type of way that she gone. And they have been doing this back and forth thing for so long that he probably naturally does believe that she will come back eventually. But at this point, they just need to be done and over with. It's too toxic. It's just too much mess and drama. And mind you, they're having this whole entire conversation in front of their daughter, who is listening to everything that they're saying. Child. So then we see Malaysia and Zell going to look at locations, because she's trying to have a pop-up store with her little boutique that she's been running. Now, she says that the boutique is popping and she making money. So I'm like, is she really stressed about money, or is she not stressed about money? Because she's saying that the clothing line, the clothes or whatever, are doing really well as far as sales are concerned. So she also then goes on to state that she feels like some of these girls in the group are trying to get her to go back to old Malaysia, the old Malaysia that will, turn up on that ass in a minute. But she was like, I'm grown. I'm not trying to do that no more. So Zell was like, well, speaking of Brandi, because we all know that she's one of the girls you're talking about, he was saying how they used to be hella cool. They was really tight, this, that, and the third. And that they ended up getting into it about a year or so ago. And they got into it and they fell out. And how since she's been back in LA, she's been reaching out to Zell. Brandi has been reaching out to Zell on some, hey, what you doing? Come by the crib type shit. And he feel like she trying to use him as a pawn against Malaysia, because, bitch, we ain't been speaking. All of a sudden, you trying to kick it. And Malaysia, was like, you know what? Like, child, I see what she trying to do. You see what she trying to do. And this is the shit I ain't got time for. And I was like, is Brandi really that desperate to be back on TV, or to get a check, or to have 5 more seconds of fame? And it seems that way, because on the first 2 episodes that I saw, I felt like she was just doing too much and just forcing these confrontations with Malaysia. I understand y'all had a friendship and everything. Obviously it's over, but to keep on pressing the issues and stuff and just doing team too much, it was just coming across very inauthentic. And I'm like, bitch, you too fucking big to be trying to fight and argue with people, bitch. It should be against the law. She gives me very much China, the ninth wonder of the world. Like, girl, if you don't go to NXT and call it a day. So then the meat market party happens, and Duffey got her man there. The other ladies show up. Somebody else man showed up. I can't remember. But British comes in and she tells the girls that she found out via Lorenzo's ex, who he was with before her. The girl DM'd her on social media and was telling her that, you know, he did her so wrong and all about their relationship, and that he won't even sign this paperwork. And she said, she was like, what paperwork? And the girl was like, you know, we're in a domestic partnership in the state of California, which means they are fucking married, child. And I'm like, what? So she was like, yes, this nigga I done been with for like 10 years. We got a kid together. We done had houses, this, that, and the third. And he was fucking married this whole time. Now, mind you, he had proposed to British and everything. And I'm like, so this girl waited all of these years to tell you this? Like, why tell you this now? I'm just like, make it make sense. I need more context to this story because this shit is wild. Like, wild. So Jackie, however, don't believe it because she knows for a fact how much he loves British and wants to be with British. So she was like, I'm gonna get down to it. Now, mind you, Jackie, at this point, we already know, has invited Lorenzo to come to this soiree to be the guy that British picks. And she tells the girls, and Brooke is all like, see, Jackie ain't learned shit. She always not minding the business that pays her. She always poking her nose where it don't belong. And this shit is going to backfire on her. So Angel and Rockstar arrive. And I don't know what the fuck I was seeing. I just felt like I was watching I'm gonna get you sucker some type shit because the fashions were not fashioning. He looked like a out of work rapper and she came in there looking like a LOL doll. Like everything is just gigantic and blingy and bling blow. And it was just like, girl, it is a Tuesday. Where are you going? Jesus Christ. We see you, Angel. Less is more, but it's making her money. So who am I to hate? So the goddamn meat market begins and they got all these dudes coming in, and Jennifer was much like me, not impressed. I was like, what kind of meat market is this? Because all of this meat is spoiled and I want my motherfucking money back, bitch. We even saw dude from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. He was on one of the seasons, the white boy with the long hair. He popped in trying to, you know, have a little extension of fame or whatever. And then Jelani fine ass walk in, and I was like, well, hello, how you doing, sir? What the fuck is going on with you? Shit. And me and Jennifer was looking at that motherfucker because that was some goddamn Wagyu beef, bitch. Nothing about his ass cheap. That was some prime motherfucking steak, bitch. He was fine as fuck. And so Jennifer was on him, baby. Jennifer was on him. He talked about he got a little coin, beautiful eyes, bald head, beard, body. Yes, ma'am. So then after that, here come Lorenzo walking in with a fucking polo shirt on, some shit, just looking like he from the north side of St. Louis, child. And British like, what the fuck is this nigga doing here? Because she does not see it for him. It is over between them. But I feel like British does still low-key, still have feelings for him, but not enough to go back to him right now. So Lorenzo sits down and Jennifer asks, is he in love with her? He was like, I mean, you know, I let's just say I got love for her. If you don't love her no more and you just got love for her, then what the fuck are you doing here, nigga? Like, get out of my face. Just go run in traffic. So then Lorenzo get on his old antagonizing shit, talking about I raised you to British, and British like, you raised me, nigga. You can barely raise your motherfucking child. You don't get the fuck out of here. So she get to clowning his ass in front of everybody and was basically like, you go do you. While you want to be out here with all these hoes, you go do that. Ain't nobody stopping you. But until you can come to me correct, then step the fuck off. And with that statement, that let me know that she still did care, because it wouldn't even be no until you can get it together with me no more. Because just the way that he talks to her is a no-no at this point. Like, nah, you can't even play with me like that. So, Malaysia and Zell then arrive, and Brandi's attitude immediately goes to shit. She's just bothered by Malaysia's presence, which is like, once again, like, you that mad? Like, I understand this was a long-term friendship, but you act like you hate this bitch, like you never fucking liked her. It's very weird to me. So Brandi says in her confessional that, you know, Zell and her were really close at one point. He was her stylist, and that they got into it. And when they got into it, he said a few fucked up things about her family, and that they hadn't spoken since. So Zell sits down, you know, with the ladies, like he trying to find him a boo thing. You know, remember he was saying that he want to be with a woman and all this type of stuff. But Jennifer is not here for his presence. And I forgot what happened between them in the past. Well, come to find out, seasons ago, Zell made a comment about Jennifer having funky breath. And so he was like, you know, I said her breath stink. You know, I apologize for that. If you done went to the dentist. Still being shady. She was like, you know what? Like, I don't need no apology from you. Like, she was just out of it and over it. So Jennifer tells the girls that she feels like Malaysia brought Zell on purpose because she know they don't fucking get along, and she feeling some type of way about it. So British gets up and goes to relays the message to Malaysia. Malaysia then goes directly over to Jennifer and was like, I just want you to know that I did not bring him on some funny shit or whatever. And Brandi immediately jumps in. And this is why I'm like, girl, you doing too much. You just big and wrong. Like, sit down. And Brandi was like, you know, anybody that know what they'd have been through, you did that on purpose. And Malaysia was like, girl, shut up. And she was like, no, you shut up. And Malaysia was pointing her finger in her face and making her know that, yeah, I'm pointing this finger in your face. So Brandi then stand up, they going back and forth. And if they really wanted to swing on each other, they had the time, the space, and the opportunity, but you could tell they not really, really trying to take it there with each other, because that would be like the point of no return, and that they still care somewhat about each other because they had ample opportunity to bang if they want to. And in the midst of them going back and forth and trying to get at each other, Brandi pushes one of the little friends of the show girl off of her, like, get off of me. And I'm like, goddamn, bitch, you done pushed this girl into the Netherlands. Like, she just tried to calm you down, and you up here pushing bitches and shit with your big ass. So then Malaysia and Brandi continue to argue over whether or not she brought Zell on some funny shit. And Brandi was like, handle your own business, handle your own shit. And then she walks off, and Malaysia then starts talking to Duffey. She's hyperventilating, you know, and she was like, you know, I'm grown. I don't have time for this shit. Da, 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 da. And Duffey was like, well, you know, she feels like you didn't have her back and all of this stuff, and because you wasn't there for her when her father passed away. And Malaysia get to tell it all. She was like, no, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Brandi mad because when she got fired from the show, she expected for me to quit and I didn't, and she feels some type of way. And she was like, I'm not supposed to just stop my bag because you didn't know how to close your mouth. And if that in fact is true, yeah, bitch, you crazy, because I was on this show before you and this was my bread and butter. You think I'm gonna quit my job because you got fired? Was you gonna help take care of these bills? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, that was crazy. But honestly and truly, that's what, the way Malaysia was speaking, I believed Malaysia. And I haven't even been a fan of Malaysia in the past few seasons, but I honestly believed her with what she was saying, because Brandi is just out of control. It's like, girl, get in control of yourself. So Malaysia was like, and she's sitting up here talking about, I brought Zell on purpose, acting like she don't like him. But did she tell you that she been in his DMs telling him to come see her house, this, that, and the third? And Duffey was standing there looking stupid in the face because she's been believing everything that Brandi has been feeding her. So, Malaysia then was like, you know what, this is why I didn't want to talk to her, because I knew it was going to get to this level. And Brandi steady talking shit, and Malaysia's like, you know, we can meet outside. We can do that. And Brandi was like, don't tell me to go outside. So she get to walking up like she really want to get to Malaysia, but like I said, neither one of them was really trying to fight, because at one point they was directly in each other's face, and if they wanted to swing, they could have swung. So once again, Brooke then is trying to pull Brandi back from trying to so-called fight, and Brandi jerks away from Brooke, was like, get your hands off of me, like she trying to fight her. It's like, girl, calm the fuck down. Snap it to a Slim Jim, bitch. What the fuck? Are you hungry? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? And then that was the end of the episode. Yeah, I give tonight's episode a B minus. I just feel like I said, Brandi is just driving me nuts. Other than that, really nothing else is really happening so far this season. It's cool for what it is. Good to see the old cast back together again, but yeah, that's that on that. Let me know what you guys think about tonight's episode of Basketball Wives. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.